So, welcome to our Wednesday webinar. Today, you're going to see how to set up wooden drawers. Yeah, we are here on a front tab and here on drawers. And today, the main theme is how to configure your individual wooden drawer. Yeah, you find it here when you click on this button. You get in settings. Yeah, and we will go step by step through it. Yeah, and I just close it here. Yeah, you see you can set up the distances and also the construction of the drawers. And we will use the example of the Movento 760H with a subway floor assembly. So, yeah, first of all, I click here again and I set this to 0, yeah, that we can go step by step through it. So we save this. Yeah, and you see here it's also already changed. So we can close the doors and we are starting a new project. Yeah. So first of all, when you make the setup of the drawers, you click here on the front tab and here on the drawer. Yeah. And here we have the setting for the drawer box, here for the hardware, and here for the connectors. Yeah. Today we focus on the drawer box, but I also explain what you need to consider in the hardware. Yeah. So then let's start. And when there are any questions, I will always keep an eye on the chat. Just let me know. So we click on here, and here you see the setting, and you can also click on here to move this. Yeah. So first of all, it's important that you know which construction of drawer box do you use. Yeah, you see here the description, here's the value, here you see the picture, and here also what's the code. Yeah, what does 0 means? 0 means here just to have the size for ordering a drawer box. Yeah, so when you actually don't manufacture it yourself, you just type in number 0. Yeah, when you want to have number 1, you see here in the bottom is a groove and the sides are going through. Yeah, when you type in here number 2, then you see you have the bottom beneath the front and back. And when you have here number 3, you see it's similar to the first one. Yeah, you see here number 1, the sides are going through. Number 3, the front is going through. Yeah, and number 4 is on miter. Yeah, so today we focus, we use the example of number 2, and you need to consider something, and I show you also later on what. Yeah, because here you see on number 2, you see here we can have a distance. Yeah, and later on this will be important to consider. So let's choose here number 2, and here you can type in the distance to the bottom. So, and therefore we also need to check the catalog, and because we want to use here the Movento 760H. Yeah, And here you see we need to have distance to the bottom. It has to be 12 to 15 mil. Yeah, so that's why we choose in our case here distance bottom 12. Yeah. So here that is the overlap of the bottom into the side. So you see it here also. When you click here, it's actually the groove. Yeah. Now we want to have the groove, and we just type in 6. And here's the distance top to the back. Yeah. And we type in 2. And for the bottom, we just keep it 0. Yeah, and that is here the same for the front. Yeah, we can also type in 2 mil, and the bottom distance to the bottom, we can have 0. Yeah. So here you see the number of holes. You can have 0, 2, or 4. Yeah, when we type in 4, you see here we get 4 holes for the handle. Yeah. Here you can also set the minimum height for fixed holes. Yeah. So you can type in like 250. Yeah. So when it's smaller than 250, then you automatically get 2 instead of 4 holes. Yeah. That is then automatically set it up. So, and here that is the distance of the holes to the middle, and we can type in 120. So here you can define the radius. Yeah, we just type in 4.5, and that is here the radius of the hole for the draw front. Yeah, it can be 3, and that is here the depth of the hole. We can have 3. Yeah, that is just for fixing, and the depth of the hole for the front. When it shall go through, then you can here type in 1, then it's going through. So yeah, here we have the minimum height. Yeah, you can also type in 200. And this here is the distance to top, yeah, from the drawer side to the top of the front. And we will later on check it. Yeah, we type in here 7. So when this is set it up, then you can click here on save. Yeah, then it's saved. So now what's important also to consider that we check here the measurements. Yeah. So here we have the first drilling to the bottom needs to be 38. Yeah. And here we need to consider, you see here it's 28.5. Yeah, the distance from the bottom to the shelf here. So, and we will go back to TrunCAD, and we go here in a hardware setting. Yeah, and here you can also choose the Movento 760H. Choose here wooden drawer. Yeah, and here you can choose this. So, and what's important, yeah, when we click on here, yeah, you might be confused because here you see that is the reference point. Yeah, and the reference point is here on the bottom of the side. Yeah, And here we have the distance is here 21.5. So, and here I go back to the so we need to consider this 28.5 minus 12. Yeah, that is 16.5. Yeah, and this 16.5 we need to have here distance to bottom. Yeah, so we close this, and I will drag and drop one in here, and then we will draw the front visible. Yeah, and now we zoom in, and you see when you keep the control button pressed, we can measure this distance here. Yeah, that is here 5. And we need to have 16.5. Yeah, because we go here to the wireframe. Yeah, so that is here the middle of the hole. And that is here the distance to the bottom. Yeah, that is at the moment 26.5. So, but when we go back here to the catalog, this should be 38. Yeah, and at the moment we just have 26.5. Yeah, I also calculated now again. So that means 38 minus 16.5 is 11.5. So that's why we go back here to the drawers, and here in the hardware setting, we choose the Movento, the wooden drawer, yeah, and we just pick one here, and here should be a distance to bottom 11.5. So you see here, when you go through it, we have here more sizes available. Yeah, they are all now distance bottom 5. Yeah, and you can click on here. And when you want to change it for all sizes, you just leave it like this, yeah, 5, and then you use a symbol bigger than, and then you type in 11.5, and then you make sure that you have a tick on apply to all, and then you click here on save, and you confirm it with yes. And then you can close this. So, and now we measure it again. Yeah, we go here to the center. And now here to the bottom. And it's now 33. So, but we need to have 38. 38. So we need to add 5 more. Yeah, I confused it because I know why. I know why, because we have had 5 before. So that's why we need to add 5. I didn't calculate the 5 because before we had a distance here of 5 already, and I calculated with 0. Yeah, here was 5, so we need to have for sure 11, and then 11.5 plus 5 is 16.5. I also noted it down in my notes, but I was confused that it's 11.5, but yeah, that's because of I didn't calculate the value 5 before. Yeah, but it's also okay. You can learn from the mistakes as well. Yeah, and then you make here a tick on apply to all, and then you can save this. Before, it's also important that you choose here one of these. Yeah, and now you see distance bottom is here already 16.5, and you can go through it, and it's always 16.5. Yeah, you can save it and close it. And now we measure it again. Yeah, so keep the control button pressed. Yeah, we go here in the middle, and then we pick this point. Yeah, and now we have the distance 38. Yeah, like we want to have it here in the catalog. Yeah, so that is important to consider. Yeah. All right. When this is done, yeah, you can also save this as your default. Yeah, because here, when you click here on drawer box, yeah, when you want to keep this as a default, here in this project is saved, but it's not saved as a default. And you click here, go back to the rendered view, and here you can delete it. And then you click here on File and Save Standard. And here you click on Yeah. And now this is the default. Yeah. So, all right. Then we can just drag and drop 3 drawers into it. And we will make the front visible. Yeah. So you see they are now related to each other in relation 1-to-1. Yeah, we can also draw it open. Yeah, and when you scroll in, yeah, you can also measure here that is here's a 2 mil. Yeah, and that here from here to this point in DZ is 7 mil. Yeah, like we have it here. As it was a wrong button, we go here. Yeah. So here that are the 2 mil. Yeah, the distance of the front part to the upper end of the drawer box. Yeah, here we have 2 mil, and this here is the distance of the top. Yeah, that are the 7 millimeter. Yeah, so you can set up your drawer box individually and can also check it. Yeah, it's also important to check it. And when you are confused or something isn't working like you want to have it, you just click on help, and here you click on web formula and create a ticket. Yeah, here it's important to attach your hotline zip file, which you find here in the software folder, and here TrunCAD 20XX, and here is the backup, and here you see the date today, the 22nd of March, almost 3 p.m. German time. Yeah, because here in the hotline zip file, I show you, when you click here on help, you also get the hotline zip file. There's also saved the hardware. Yeah, that is here the hardware file, and we need to have your hardware file to check your issue. Yeah, then we can also load your setup and help you. All right, so that is most important. Yeah, now I also show you other things what you can do, and therefore we draw the fronts visible. Yeah, and when you click here now on a smart click for the front, and you can also go here in the setting, and when you scroll down here, you see you can change the gap from the drawer front to the bottom, to the top, to the left side, right side, space also inside. Yeah. So, and this here is the space. I showed it 2 weeks ago. Yeah. When you have like double fronts, you can change the space also separately. So you find about this also when you click here on help and on free tutorials, and here start our webinars. It's not uploaded yet, but it will be uploaded here as well. And then you can watch both, yeah. And the next week or the week after, there will come the next webinar also about the drawers, yeah, about the hardware. So, yeah, one more thing, what I wanted to show you, it's here also in the setting of the drawer fronts is the maximum height of the wooden drawer. Yeah, you also need to check this. I have here now 300, but when you have like 200 and you save this, then you see the drawer boxes didn't get bigger than 200. Yeah, then you automatically have for sure a bigger space. Yeah, and you can also do it here, and when you keep this empty, yeah, and also here when you type in here -1, then it's overtaken the value, and now we delete it. So, and for example, when you have here 550, yeah, you see the boxes are automatically adjusting. And when you want to have here like just maximum 300, and you type drag and drop one in here, then you see it's here smaller, yeah, maximum of 300. So, all right, when you want to set connectors, yeah, you can here also choose connectors. Therefore, we go here in the wireframe. Yeah, you see the drawers don't have connectors. And here you can also set like dowels if you want. Yeah, and here you can also set dowels in here. Yeah. So that is fine. Yeah, when you keep this empty, then the dowels are here disappearing. And let's say you want to have here 3 instead of 2 dowels, then you click also here. You need to go to the setting here for the dowels. Yeah, you see now we have here 2 dowels, and you can click here also on dowel, and you see here from 100 and from 300 you have actually 5. Yeah, so you can here create new from 200, and you click here new, and then you can choose a distance, yeah, like here 30 here and minus 30 from the other end. Yeah, and here 0.5, one more in the middle. Yeah, and then you just click here on save. And now you can close it. So, and now you need to click here in the setting again, and we change this here to maximum height 300. And now you see here we have 3 dowels instead of 2. Yeah, when the height is bigger than 200. Yeah, when you click here again, as it is here 269. Yeah, when you go here to the wireframe, I think it's actually taking this. There are no more questions, then we are done for today. Yeah, here you see also in the wireframe the gap. Yeah, to the back. All right. So thank you for your attention, and I'm looking forward to next Wednesday. So take care and have a nice day. Bye bye.